As a former federal law enforcement officer, I understand that local police and sheriff's department are often strained for resources and time. And I understand the importance of supplying our law enforcement across the board with the tools and resources they need to do their jobs. Today, the President signed into law my bipartisan legislation to help U.S. law enforcement agencies protect Americans from online extortion, identity theft, phishing attacks, and ransomware attacks. This law is coming at a pivotal moment. Cybercrime is increasingly putting American families, businesses, and government agencies at serious risk. Did you know that nearly 1 in 4 households have reported being impacted by crime online? And unfortunately, we have seen a federal government that is woefully underprepared to fully combat the threats posed by the next generation of cyber attacks. A vast majority of cybercrimes are not reported or tracked by law enforcement, and even when they're reported, they often are not documented. Now, my bipartisan Better Cybercrimes Metrics Act takes steps to improve how the federal government tracks, measures, and analyzes cybercrime. By establishing a classification system that can properly identify these crimes and prevent attacks, this law will improve federal cybercrime metrics, allowing U.S. law enforcement agencies to identify cyber threats, prevent attacks, and hold perpetrators accountable. This legislation also makes sure that the National Incident-Based Reporting System includes cybercrime reports from federal, state, and local officials, creating a clear picture of the situation at hand. I'm grateful to the many national law enforcement organizations that have endorsed my legislation throughout the process, including the National Fraternal Order of Police, Major Cities Chiefs Association, National Association of Police Organizations, National White Collar Crime Center, and the Cybercrime Support Network. With a range of new threats emanating from around the world, including Russia, I continue to hear from Virginians with concerns about the security of their online information. If you are a family banking online, a small business owner managing your employees' payroll information, or a senior accessing federal benefits on the internet, you may have thought about how a breach or attack could affect you. Or you may already be one of the millions of Americans whose personal data has been compromised, money or identity has been stolen, or safety has been put at risk. We as lawmakers have an obligation to deliver on legislation that can better protect the American people, their data, their bank information, and their personal information. And I was proud to see my colleagues in Congress prove this to be a priority. And I am proud that this much-needed legislation is now law.